You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Road Rants for Black and White Sports. We're going to talk about 14-year NFL veteran and a Super Bowl champion quarterback, Trent Dilfer. Now, Trent spent a lot of years also in the media for ESPN and various other places. Trent still does hit spots all over the place. Ryan Russillo, occasionally Cowherd. Trent Dilfer is a very good evaluator of quarterback talent. He couldn't play quarterback worth a lick. As we know, most of his career was spent as a backup, but somehow, some way, he won a Super Bowl. Now, this is one of those times that winning a Super Bowl does not make you a great quarterback. And in fact, that sort of led the Ravens to eventually draft one Joe Flacco. Well, Trent has since moved on to coaching, and like I said, he still does the media guest hit spots to talk about NFL quarterbacks and to evaluate. He's involved in a lot of these 11-on-11 quarterback academy camps, and Trent Dilfer had an issue that's got everybody losing their minds. And I've noticed, boy, people are really split on this issue. I know I'm going to go probably in an unpopular direction on this, although I tend to believe that our subscribers are a little bit about being a little more rough, a little bit more rugged, a little bit less timid than a lot of sports subscribers might be. Maybe the word I'm looking for is old school. So let's get to this right now, and we'll also watch the video. Trent Dilfer is in hot water for shoving and screaming at a high school player. Former NFL player Trent Dilfer, and this is Michael David Smith, Pro Football Talk, is now the head coach at Lipscomb Academy in Nashville. He has been for a couple of years, and he is being widely criticized after a video emerged showing him shoving and screaming at one of his players. The player, Bo Dawson, is the son of former NFL kicker Phil Dawson. He played for my Niners for years and years. A damn good kicker, too, by the way. Who is also Lipscomb's Academy's special teams coordinator. All right, so Phil Dawson was right there on the sideline, the father. The video shows Dilfer grabbing him, Bo Dawson, by the front of the shoulder pads, driving him backwards and shoving him and screaming at him. Several high school coaches have weighed in to say that Dilfer's actions were inappropriate, and Dilfer acknowledged as much in a statement released by the school. Before we get to the statement, let's look at the video. Here it is right here. All right, here. Yeah, so, okay, let's see. All right. Okay. All right. So anyway, he shoved this player. He's talking to him. Now, we'll get to how I feel about this in a minute, because God, it just shows you where we're at in society right now because of the outrage over this. Quote, I want to address the incident on our sideline during Friday night's game versus Independence that has drawn a lot of attention. Is there a high school everywhere named Independence? Dilfer said, quote, first and foremost, I take full responsibility as the head coach and leader of the team for not de-escalating an emotional situation with one of our players, Bo Dawson. Bo is one of the finest student athletes and embodies all the characteristics we are looking for in our Mustang players. Bo plays the game with the right kind of passion and inspiration to other players. During a moment of frustration in an attempt to get our team to play with more discipline, I unfairly singled Bo out. Somehow Bo Dawson has been portrayed publicly as the culprit in this situation, when in reality I should have been a better leader, shown greater wisdom and discernment in how I handled this situation. Overall, I could not be more proud of Bo, the rest of the team, for how they handled the emotional nature of each game they compete in. There is no word on whether Dilfer will face any disciplinary action. Okay, so, all right, let's see, I'm 46 years old, and all I'm going to tell you is, growing up, this was sort of standard operating procedure from high school football coaches. In fact, I've seen it much, much worse than this. Much worse. The standard thing you would see every Friday night in Texas, and trust me, in Texas, we care about our high school football. We do. Standard operating procedure, practice field, during the game, sideline, you would see a coach absolutely grab a kid by the face mask and shake the living shit out of him. Absolutely. All right? And I can't remember a time that a coach wasn't dog cussing one of the kids. I mean, it's just, that's part of the culture, at least here in Texas when it comes to high school football. But everybody is outraged. Everybody is offended by something these days. Okay? I thought when I read about this incident, I thought something really bad happened. I thought he choked him. I thought he threw him to the ground. I thought it was going to be really bad. I didn't know he literally put his hands on his shoulder pads and just walked him back, 5 foot. And the damn player throws his helmet on the ground. So it's pretty obvious. Do I think Trent Dilfer would have jumped out there and done this if the player wasn't being disrespectful? No, I don't. And the other thing is, where's Phil Dawson in all this, okay? He's the special teams coordinator out there, and we haven't heard a statement about how offended Phil Dawson is, and he's the father. I mean, do we think that maybe we should judge how offended some people should be based on the actions of the parent of the actual child? But this tells you exactly what kind of an age we're living in right now. Did a video yesterday about entitled athletes, spoiled athletes with the New York Mets. Well, that's how this starts with these players, is them throwing fits and acting like divas on the sideline. And look, there's several articles about out here, and yeah, the player was acting like a diva and acting up on the sideline, and Trent Dilfer checked him like nearly every high school football coach I've ever been around. I know quite a few of them. I know one that was a high school football coach my senior year, and now he's coaching at some pretty big universities in D1. So I find this ridiculous. There's a bunch of outrage around this. Maybe that'll be unpopular opinion. I really don't care. I think we could use more of this, and maybe our kids would be more disciplined instead of a bunch of damn crybabies these days. I'm just keeping it real. Tell me what you think, black and white sports fans. I don't see that Trent Dilfer was out of bounds. Rule number 1, don't disrespect your coach. Ever. Ever. Man, if this had been my kid, after the fact, we wouldn't even talked about Trent Dilfer. But we'd have had a problem with the way he was disrespecting the coach after the game. I can tell you that right now. Peace. I'm out.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.